Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. Just one quick thing. Randy and I are both on the Truth or Tinfoil channel, and we're in chat in there. If you would like to move on over there and come chat with us, that would be great. By the end of March, we will be off of Texas Front Porch and streaming only on Truth or Tinfoil. So let's just get in the habit and come on over to Truth or Tinfoil channel. If you could do that right now. And like I said, Randy and I are both in that chat. We're not in Texas Front Porch chat. So come on over. We'll wait. While we're waiting, I will go ahead and go over what our channel lineup is as of right now. On Mondays at 7 o'clock, it is Danielle Diva in the Diva Dimension. At 8 o'clock p.m. Central on Mondays, it's Texas Front Porch. On Tuesdays at 8 p.m., it is Bigfoot Michigan Rob with Beyond BMR and his co-host Krista. On Wednesdays at 7 p.m., it's Donnie Cho Says Stuff, and it's usually stuff not for children, so keep that in mind. At 8 o'clock, in Humanoids with Barton Nunley and his lovely wife, Letitia. On Thursday, again, it is Brunch with Bigfoot Michigan Rob at 12 p.m. Central. Thursday evenings at 8 o'clock, it is Blondes and Booze. On Friday at 8 o'clock I'm sorry, I got to back that up. Yeah, Fridays at 7 p.m. Central, it is Blondes, Booze, and the Woo. We're 1 hour earlier on Fridays now. On Saturday, we currently don't have any shows, but Paranormal Among Us with Paul is, he has his own channel, and he is putting out shows on Saturday night also. On Sundays at 5 p.m. Central, of course, it's us. That's Randy and myself with Truth or Tinfoil. At 6 p.m., Tex and Danielle Diva release their newest episodes of Infamous Minds. But starting March 21st, which is on a Thursday at 7 p.m. Central, Monica Rollins will be starting her own podcast, Our Paranormal World. So make sure you tune into that March 21st. So anybody out there that is on Texas Front Porch, come on over to Truth or Tinfoil. Come on into that chat, because that's where Randy and I are.
Where I'm going to stay.
If you want to hear our sarcasm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Or you could get on both. Those matter. Give a like to both. We love it all.
But we just want to doing
it. Right. We just want to get everybody in the habit of coming on over to Truth or Tinfoil. We're trying to get this channel up and rolling to have its, to have its own chat room and all that kind of good stuff. So Randy and I are bouncing back and forth. It's becoming a little too difficult for us. So we're just going to stay on chat of Truth or Tinfoil from now until we change completely over to our own channel. But now let me tell you something to get this started off. Randy and I have been looking at pictures. We, on some of these pictures, are in total disagreement about what this could be, but we're seeing kind of what what each other's seeing. But, we're going to need your help tonight. So, to get that started,
Randy, come in and tell her she's wrong, okay?
Maybe you're wrong. I don't know. But let's just start with that first picture. This first picture kind of caught me a little bit. Yeah.
Well, now I'm going to give a shout out right now. This came from a gentleman named Daniel Jasso on Haunted Texas on Facebook. It's a group on Facebook called Haunted Texas where people share their different experiences, not so much narrative experiences, but if they got pictures and stuff, they tend to get put out there. And
you're right.
You can see
and we did
this one's a little weird.
And we did get permission, so nobody worry.
Yep.
We got permission.
I asked him, and he said I'd love to hear it. And in fact, he may end up showing up in the chat tonight because I gave him the stuff to the link
Yes.
to get
So
it.
again, if anybody's over on Texas Front Porch and chat, come on over to Truth or Tinfoil to our channel. And if you haven't liked and subscribed and hit that notification button, please do. Okay, Randy, picture.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Give us the background on this picture.
Okay, from what I got from Daniel, this was 2 nights in a row. He got 2 pictures, one with his daughter taking a picture, and this particular one right here, he heard the door open and he heard it creak a little bit, and he turned around and snapped a few pictures because they've been having activity a little bit here, a little bit there, just enough to kind of get their minds. And this house they live in, the kids have been telling for years that they always had this ghost of a small child or boy, a little boy. They had this. They have seen a little boy. So
Okay, so now in this particular room, it was stated that there was nobody else in this room besides him. Correct?
yes, there's nobody in that bathroom that you're looking at right now at all.
Okay, so for what? Well, what poked right out at me at first was you see the hand coming on the door.
Oh, yeah.
You see that hand?
It's grabbing it and opening it up.
Okay. Now go ahead and zoom in. Okay. Now this is where it got weird for me.
Yeah.
And weird for Gary, or not Gary. Well,
I'm gonna punch you.
Excuse me,
That's
Randy. Sorry. I just saw Gary said, "Hey, y'all, way to go."
Hey, senior. She just took you up in the world. I'm letting you know that right now. Okay.
I got old titles. Hang on. I've worked all day.
Okay.
It's good. But this is what got me right here. You see the face, right?
Yeah. See, what should be a
what
head?
do
What
you
should
not?
be a face?
What do you not see?
Well, yeah, you don't see a nose.
I don't see a nose. I don't see a mouth. I don't see eyes. I don't see an ear. I see absolutely nothing that would define that as a human head.
No, not at all.
Except for the size and color. That's it.
To give you a little bit of context, if you're looking at it, if anybody's ever seen the movie Hollow Man, look at the outfit that Kevin Bacon wore as Hollow Man. That face that he wore.
Yeah.
That's kind of what that looks like. Now, I personally, like I said, I see the inner parts of the eyes kind of right here with a bridge, but there's no distinct nose. And this looks almost like there's just blank eye sockets there. You know what I mean? But that's just me.
There's even eye sockets. I can't even.
Yeah, and it's pushing that. It is pushing that. But I think I can see them. Now, that don't mean you can see them because, obviously I'm going to get to the part of this. So.
It looks like there might be an indentation, perhaps.
Yeah.
But it's also lacking eyebrows.
Oh, yeah. And any kind of hair.
The only thing that looks particularly humanoid on it is the hand.
Yeah. And it really, if you want to look at it really closer, almost looks like it's only 3-fingered.
Yeah. Like there's not, and that's kind of a weird way. If you look, that's kind of a weird way to hold on to a door. Everybody that I know has, unless you're missing an appendage, I'm not saying that, but mostly when you'd hold on to a door, you would see all the fingers.
Definitely. You would think so anyway. I mean, I can see, honestly, if I'm looking at pinky, ring finger, middle finger, and this is a knuckle back here that goes maybe behind the door, but why would it be behind the door?
Right. Well, see, now mine forked is on it because they said a gray.
Yeah, that's one of the first things I thought as well too.
That's possible, because what is that one that whole documentary that was supposed to be done on the paranormal, and it's called The Gray. It's actually called The Gray. You can find it on Discovery Plus. Yep. And that's how it all started, because they started off as paranormal, saw this thing peeking around a door, figured it was paranormal, but then the questions started bouncing, is it a gray? So that's how that whole documentary got switched from paranormal to actually alien. So
were those guys based? Now I haven't watched the Gray that documentary. Were those
You
guys
need
based?
to.
Was that those guys? The people that caught it, were they based in Australia?
No, I don't think so. I think they were based in the United States.
Okay. The reason I was asking is because, like I told you beforehand, there was a documentary as well by a gentleman who used to work on Ghost Adventures and some other stuff on Discovery and Travel Channel and such that
Right.
no longer works in that film. So it was called Sir
Right.
No Face is what it was.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of that, but I haven't watched it. I need to watch that one. You're
Yes,
right, Roger.
because
The thumb would be behind the door, but you would see
all four
4
fingers.
fingers.
You should see 4.
You would see
I only
4.
see
I'm
3.
only seeing 3.
And
I don't know.
and
Can somebody see
we're
4?
obviously
I
looking
can't see
at
4.
we're obviously looking at it, you can see it's almost a little bit of a translucent around the edges and such. So uh
A little bit, yeah.
maybe it's there and we're not seeing it,
Maybe. Like I said, I mean, this is, once you zoom in on pictures, you
Yeah.
don't know. And this
Yeah.
is just a reminder to anybody out there right now. If you're over on Texas Front Porch, streaming this through Texas Front Porch, come on over to our channel, Truth or Tinfoil. That's where Randy and I are at. We're trying to get everybody to start coming to this channel because we are eventually going to stop streaming on the porch. So come on over here so we can talk to you.
So like we were saying with the Sir No Face, like I was telling you before, we did a full breakdown of that with Texas Front Porch one time.
Yeah.
But there's 2 of them. There's actually 3 in the series if you want to get right down to it. You've got Sir No Face, then you've got Two Face the Gray, and then there's a third one. I can't tell you the name of it because the first one, if you're a paranormal investigator, if it can be done right, that is the absolute perfect documentary for how to debunk or try to debunk anything. He did everything absolutely perfect. So if you get a chance, watch it. So.
All right. Now, Roger also brought up a point. What's the below the hand? Is that a light or something there?
I don't know. I never even noticed it until he said something.
Because again, that's at a weird angle.
Exactly.
You wouldn't see that much of the wrist if they're pulling.
Yeah. I mean, if it's the forearm and it comes up to the, the hand, he'd be holding it kind of like that right there. Yeah, it's still a weird handle on the door. You know what I mean?
Because that would be way down here.
Yep. And he's right there. I mean, it almost like this hand doesn't fit with that where that head's at, but we don't know the shape of the thing behind there, obviously either.
Right. Hey Gary, if you could do that, please. If you could hop on over to Texas Front Porch and tell everybody to come on over here, if you would, please. I don't know if they can see your comment from this side. He's on both. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, he's on both.
Awesome. Never mind. It's where you're moving the mouse.
I'm going to be nice to Gary and say, "Dang it, Gary, you own it tonight." Okay.
He is on it. He said. Roger said, "Never mind. It's the it's your mouse."
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Gary. I appreciate you.
Hand. Yeah, that's me. Then that's me.
Yeah.
But he is right. I mean, I'm going to zoom down here. There is something there. See?
Yeah, but that would be a whole.
The arm would have to come from way down here. Yeah,
Unless there's 2 in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, a small one grabbing and opening because there's that. It would have. Yeah, it's.
That's weird.
I see it would have to be the right hand, which would mean not the left hand from where he's sitting.
Yes, Debbie. Yes, Debbie. Debbie's saying she sees a person up high, but it looks like an imp or something down below. Yeah. I mean, it could be 2.
Very well could be.
We weren't even thinking that when we talked about it.
Possibility of two entities there.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, John. I know. So, because the way that it's sitting is a little odd.
Well, yeah, because he's got the full bat layer angle at it. You know what I mean? Because we're looking at the layer of the villains in Batman here. So that diagonal angle. But I understand what he's doing. He heard it. He wanted to get the picture as fast as he could. So he just spun around and started taking pictures.
Yeah, Gary says if you saw his left hand, that you would only see 3 fingers, and that's what I said. If one appendage is missing, then yeah, that's what we would see.
Yeah.
But we're just, we don't
We're still
know.
missing the fourth one. We're still missing the
Hmm.
fourth one.
Right. But hey,
So
everybody, never fear. We have another picture from the same location,
yep, the night before this.
and we can
And
ponder this a little bit further.
But and you see when you zoom out, it's the first thing that draws you there. It's the first thing
Yeah.
you look right at it.
Yeah.
Well, did he see it when he took the picture? I haven't been able to talk to the man other than just through comments on Facebook and just talk about it. But did he physically see it at the time he took the picture? That's what I would like to know. I didn't think to ask him because I was just happy that the picture came up. I was like, oh crap, I want to use this. I want to go over it. I want to look at it closer, and see it. I didn't think to get any more background on it because it's a very good picture. But like I said, it also has a lot of similarities to Sir No Face. So
Any way that we're analyzing this picture, we're not seeing any facial features.
nope.
The arm, if you're looking at the hands, we're only seeing 3 fingers, not saying they have more. We're just saying that if they had 4, you would see 4. Then we're seeing that little part down at the bottom. Somebody said, Roger said it could be another arm or leg, maybe, possibly.
That's what I was thinking.
But the angles are weird to open a door.
If I'm opening the door and I'm peeking around and I've got my left hand, let's say like this right here, and I'm looking around like this, you're not going to see. Yeah, actually, now that I look at it, zooming in here, you're going to see my elbow and my forearm underneath right here.
But look at how far down it is from the head.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in general. I'm just looking at this could be an arm real easy, but if he's crouched down like this or up like this, that's not very far. You're only talking a foot from here to here.
Yeah.
So he whatever this is had to be either crouched down or it's a small entity.
Entity. It's something or 2. I'm not putting it past 2.
Like you said.
I'm just gonna say for me, this picture is odd. I'm not gonna say it's tinfoil because I can't. I can't.
No, I can't either. I firmly, and I might not know what it is, but I don't think it's fake either.
Yeah, if I could have seen like some facial features, anything, I would have went the other way, but I don't know.
Even if you were to debunk this, I mean, let's say you wanted to recreate this scenario, you couldn't recreate that head right there. You couldn't recreate that without it being more pronounced.
Right.
You would see more of a reflection. You would see more of a mask or whatever somebody's wearing. You would see it and it would have substance to it. This doesn't.
Yeah, exactly, John. We see a hand and we see a face of some sort. But like I said, we don't see any eyebrows. We see no nose, no mouth, no ear. I don't know how they would have done that on their face to where they wouldn't have shown anything that resembles a humanoid of any sort. Glenn says, indeterminate. Exactly.
Yeah, and that's exactly
what we're calling that.
It'd be something that I'd like to get more into, and I may even talk to this guy, see if he's interested in setting up some cameras, and we'll see what we can't find on this place.
No doubt. But we have another picture. This is in the same house.
Same house, the night before.
Same house.
The very night
Wait till you see this one.
I'm gonna bring this down so I make sure I don't turn up the right one. If I turn up the wrong one, it'd be bad.
You gotta see. Yeah, because you have to really see this picture now. Unfortunately, we've only got the one that has been cropped and zoomed in. Yeah, and we're going to explain to you what we see, and then you're going to have to tell us what you see because we don't know. Okay. Randy, point out her face. There is a lady, and you can see just a sliver of her face there.
Yep.
Now, she does have straight brown hair, And if you'll make this bigger for us,
Coming in.
and zoom it in for us, and let's
Okay.
break this down, pull it down so we can see more of the bottom. Okay.
At the
No,
bottom.
other way. Yeah. Okay. You can see her wisps of hair. If you'll trace those for me, Randy, her wisps of hair
here?
there. Yep. And then
And
down
then down
below
here.
that is all her hair.
Yep.
If you go up to what we were discussing, Randy,
Yep.
keep going, just so you can see the top. There we go. Now, her hair is straight. Now, we were talking about this being transparent. Now, Randy,
Yeah.
show where we think that her hair may be shining through this,
Almost kind of right
because
through
her
here.
hair is straight.
Right through here.
It's like,
Yeah.
right.
Here, I'm gonna come in a little bit more just so we can see. You can see what I'm talking about. Now you saw down here where these come out, and then it almost like
Yep.
you can't tell if this is behind or in front of really on this. But
You know what?
see,
If you even go a little bit farther than that, where the dark area is, that
Yeah.
could possibly be her hair also, where it's
yeah,
kind of
right through here.
blending in. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. That's what I was saying. The way we were looking at it before, and we got into it almost in backstage on this, okay? Because to
Yeah.
me, I see this head, if you want to call it that, leaning in front of this part of the hair, but behind this part of the hair.
Right. Now, this is my thing. If this thing was part of the physical world and it had enough energy to manifest itself into something physical, she would have felt that.
Yeah.
So
You would have thought
that's
so.
why I'm thinking. That's why I'm thinking that this thing is has a little bit of transparency, because I can actually see her hair coming through it.
Through it. Yeah, I agree. I mean, because you can see it, not so much right here, but this one for sure. This little line right here,
Yeah.
I
It's
consider that
going right
her
through
hairline
that head,
behind it. Yeah.
which is her hair. Okay, now
Okay.
bring it back so we can kind of see the face.
Okay. How far? Is that good enough?
Yeah, that's good. That's
Sure.
awesome. But you can definitely
Pretty positive.
see but you can definitely see that the eye sockets of this thing, and possibly the nose cavity,
Or at
and
least the
how it
nose
comes
bridge
down.
for sure right here.
Yeah, you can see the bridge.
Yeah, but no nostrils. You're right. I mean, that's more of a cavity than it is an actual
Yeah,
nostril.
you're right. So back it out just a little bit more so we can see this in its entirety.
Okay, full picture right there.
Yeah. It does almost
Yeah,
look like a mask, Brian. It does.
yeah,
But do you see where I can see, like, it's like kind of like transparent, because you can see the wisp of hair going right through it.
yeah. The wisp of the
But
hair, and well, like Roger said over there. The first time I looked at it, I thought looks like a doll's head. First thing I
right,
thought,
right.
but she would have known a doll's head would have been there, and I have no reason to doubt what these people are telling me. Obviously, do I? There's nothing out there saying they've ever done it. He's only been a member of the group for a week and a half, 2 weeks, just because he found it because he had these pictures. He wanted to get out there and see what anybody else thought of them. He wanted help, kind of validating what he felt he saw.
Right. I mean, that
It's
it's
too dark
strange. You know what? It is very strange, because it is a very brown color,
yeah,
but it
almost
is
bronze.
showing, right, but it is showing some definition with the light,
Mm-hmm.
because the flash was on,
Yep.
but it's not showing enough to where I would believe that this thing was fully solid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have
John
to
says it
ask
looks
him a
like a
little bit
stair
more.
post.
You know what? I didn't even think about that. I don't
I
know
didn't
what's
either.
behind her.
Bring it
I may
back
have
up.
to
Let's
ask
look.
him.
Yeah,
Come back.
let's look. Yeah, because we've only got this picture to go by. So
Yeah. And I might have to ask for
go
more.
down a little bit.
Go on down. The way I understood this was in a bedroom. So, of course, we don't have, and this is obviously a picture of the. You can see the outline. It's not. It's a still photo. It's an actual photo that he took the picture out of.
I don't. It could be
Yeah, but I don't. Let me
like a
do some asking
bedpost.
on that.
Yeah, like she's leaning
Well,
against the bedpost.
that could be too. That could be. I'll have to ask him about the remainder of that picture or that room that she was in. I'll have to ask
Right,
about that
because
because I don't know.
we don't know the grain of that wood. If I knew the grain, then it could produce like squirrels and things like that when it's when
Yeah,
it's when it you take a picture of it.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. It's
I don't know. I would ask him some more questions. I would
yeah. I'm that's a definite. I'm gonna have to ask more on that because
let's do an
this one's
update
really
on that in a future show.
yeah.
Let's do an update on that one
Yeah.
because I would really like to know more about that one.
Heck, I'd like to get him on and see if he can get him to explain the pictures in context to us too.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
So that way we could
Absolutely.
understand what he actually saw and what made him think about it. So get the whole story of
Right.
it. Okay. So
Hmm.
I'm not on the fence about this one at all. I don't think it's fake per se. It may be misidentification.
Possibly.
But like I said, I don't know of any post or a bed or anything in the area. But I will ask, and I may even post a
Yeah,
short on update on it for later on
uh,
this week.
let let's see what he is saying, if it's just the face or it's the whole thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? If it's
yeah,
the whole
exactly.
head type thing, or if he's just seeing a face and something she's leaning up against.
Yeah, and it's, like I said, this is supposedly one that he and his daughter took. So
Okay.
I'm not for sure on it. So, but like I said, it looks like a picture of a picture because that's obviously a cut of a picture,
Right.
actual
And it's
photograph. So,
obviously her hair coming down. So
yeah, definitely.
uh, Roger says could be a black-eyed kid. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Oh
want them
yeah.
in my house though. Just saying.
No, 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 no. Not if I can get out of it. Please no. All righty. So
Mhm.
we're pretty much in the same boat on this one too.
Yeah.
We
I mean,
can't
they're
say
from
one
the
way or the
same
other.
house. They're
Yeah.
from the same house. I think it's worth looking into, Randy, if you couldn't do that
Yeah.
for us for a future show.
Yeah. Let me see if I can I'll see if I can get him on. I mean, I don't know
Awesome.
where obviously we don't tell each other there are actual locations on there because if we did, people would hound us to death. People would hound people to put photos and stuff out there to death. And they've done it.
Yeah.
They've literally one guy put a picture like this out and he got 400 messages from wannabe ghost hunters wanting to come investigate his place.
Oh, yeah, that does happen. That
Yeah,
does
and it
happen.
will. And I'm sorry, it will happen. But I don't want to be
Right.
that guy that does that to him. Obviously, I would
Right.
like to get him on here, let him explain his story. That's what I want to do.
Right. Well, everybody's got, good things that they're saying out there. I mean, it could be any of these things. We don't know. Like I said, we're going to dive
Exactly.
into this deeper to see exactly how these pictures were taken, and
Exactly.
we'll come back with a future show with those to see maybe we can get some more from his house also, or get him
Yeah, I'll
on.
see what he's got. I'll send him a message tonight or tomorrow, and I'll see what he's got and see if he wants to try to come on in the next week or so.
Awesome, awesome.
And
That
if he
would be
doesn't,
cool.
if he gives me some more information on this one, I'll post a short on the channel as to,
Okay,
hey, this is what was said. So
okay,
be the
good.
first time doing that. Yay me. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's get another picture. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
getting excited because I'm liking these, the ones I don't know. The ones I don't know are the ones that I'll be thinking about for the rest of the day. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
like
Exactly. I don't
so
know.
I'll have to go back and look at them and look at them. Yeah.
I'm trying to decide if I want to go with that one or I want to go with the one we actually did look at and we actually are ready to say yeah no type thing. This one
Go ahead.
was this yeah let's get
Surprise
this
me.
okay
Just
well
surprise me.
this one. This was sent to us by, well, actually, Tex gave this to me originally, and I'm not sure where he got it from or anything. But as you look at it, what's the first thing you see?
Hold on. Let's everybody in chat answer.
Oh yeah, I want them to tell me, what do you see in that picture right there?
Because you and I both saw it right off the bat. We're like, oh well, what is that?
Exactly.
What is? Yes, Debbie. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, John.
The green face. Well,
yes, Glenn.
I said
Okay.
Incredible Hulk right off the bat too. I mean,
Yes,
obviously.
Steve. There you go, Roger. The Incredible Hulk. He said it. A face in the middle. Yes, Brian. Okay, so that's exactly what we saw. I mean, we didn't have to blow this thing up. We looked at it.
It's right there.
Now, Randy, what were you talking about when you were talking about the
lines?
The black lines and the trees, the trees and all that?
You see the trees that are behind it. And we're thinking immediately, when you're out here, you're just thinking, oh, wait, that's right in the middle of these trees. And you start looking at it, you don't notice that the trees right here are behind, and these very straight lines on each side, which are the trunks of the trees. You look back here, you've already got a meadow behind. You got two trees, guys.
And
it's got an opening between it. It just happens to have deadfall in there to give it this particular look. Now,
okay.
Now
we talked about the limb that just happens to be conveniently laying in front of it across the whole picture. So that led us to believe that this is the floor of the forest that we're talking about. This is the floor. So this head would have to be on the floor.
And
because even if you look at the greenery, right, and if you look at the greenery in the very bottom of the picture, to me, it looks like the forest floor.
Yeah, it sure does.
Okay, now
so when you first look at it, you see this, because this is going to bring your eye to it every time. It's always going to go straight to that, and you're going to see that face no matter what.
That is it. It's gonna you're gonna go right to that. But
you look over
Randy's going to show us. Yeah. Randy's going to show us what's going to give this away.
Yeah. Right here in the middle. There's a branch going across behind everything into this, and that is the green of the meadow behind it, the pasture behind these two trees. And there's another branch going between the two trees right here.
Yep. There's the grass behind it.
Yep. Grass, same color as what's out over here. Same colors going through here. This is more deadfall down here. That's all this is deadfall down here. And as you go through and you get out of the shadow, you get the green again. It gives it that forehead look.
Right. So I don't know who said it.
Yeah.
Let me look real quick. It's Debbie. Debbie had seen it. Debbie calls it pareidolia. Yes, ma'am.
That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is. That is pareidolia. But that is one of the finest examples I have ever seen of pareidolia, where anyone could look at that picture and see the same thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because a lot of pictures, you could say, here, look at this. What do you see? And, people will be picking out 5, 6 different things.
Yeah.
But in this specific shot, everybody gets that one thing. That's what I mean. It is the perfect picture of pareidolia. It's awesome.
Oh, there's Lanita. Hi, Lanita.
Hi, Lanita. But like I said, that is definitely pareidolia. That is them shooting behind the trees. The sunlight is coming down the back. The tree trunks are actually in a shadow. So you're seeing the sunlight hitting the grass behind it. Because, of course, the foliage from the tree is going to create that shadow. So that's what you're seeing in back of that, is the grass being shown from the sun hitting in the back of it.
Yeah, and like I said, until I zoomed in when we were talking about it, until I zoomed in and saw that branch back there that was reflecting the light behind it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, well, wait a second. That's all the way through, and it's well back from the actual
Yeah.
trees that are in
It's
the
behind
foreground.
the trees. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
behind the trees. Yep.
So
Absolutely.
you're
Absolutely. But it's a
100% right. It is.
fantastic picture.
Oh yeah. I mean, it'll make you think at first, because we were sitting there like, why are we missing? We're missing something, ain't we? Because it's just too.
I
It's
know.
too. You know, too
It's
straight
too
on the
perfect.
sides. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's
but
too
anyway,
perfect. But it's great.
all right.
But I'm sorry,
And
everyone.
yeah, sorry, you beat me
I'm
to
gonna
it that time.
go. I'm gonna go with tinfoil,
Yeah, you got to do tinfoil
because
on
it's
this one.
pareidolia. But you know what?
Oh
It's
yeah,
a fantastic shot of pareidolia. I am not
yeah.
kidding.
That's a great case study for people when they're actually going into that and talking about pareidolia. They need to bring this one up and use this
Yeah.
as the example, because this will tell you straight out, wow, that
Yes,
looks like,
Brian. That would
yeah,
be one big
big
nose.
nose. I mean, you talk about that could be a little Incredible Hulk, you know, overlay right there, real quick. Like you
Yeah.
look at it and say, why
Yeah.
the Hulk is?
That's when I'm looking at things, though. If I'm not quite sure, and it's something like this, I've never ran across something so striking as this. But
Yeah,
I mean, I give it to somebody else to see what they see. If they
yeah,
do not see what I see, I just throw it out, because this is not. It doesn't stand out enough. It's not enough.
I
And then
agree.
you kind of have to put the picture down, go around, look at it again, because you may be only seeing the one thing. You have to look at it differently. And
Yeah,
there are a lot of sketches like that where you look at it one way and then turn it upside down and see something totally different. That this has got the kind of thing with it, except you have to look past the face and look behind the trees, and then you
yeah,
actually see that it opens up behind it, and that's
yeah.
just grass back there.
And you just sitting there
But
going,
it's
why did I not see that before? Because I know I
right.
looked at this earlier in the week going, what am I supposed to be seeing here? That's obviously not what it's supposed to be. Why am I? And it took until we were looking at it before the show for me to see that branch.
Right, right. Yes, Lanita, it does look like a forest person. That's what we did at the very beginning of this. Everybody saw the same thing, which makes that fantastic. It's just once you start tearing apart the picture and looking, that's when you find out this is just something it looks like it, but it is not. So, but I give
We'll
everybody an
see,
A plus.
Lanita.
Hey,
We'll
Moon.
see.
We'll see you, Lanita. I'll be there.
Yeah, watch out for her.
Okay. Well, let's move on to let's move on to the next one.
Okay. I'm going to make sure I get the right one because I don't want to mess with anything bad. Okay. Should we do another tree
I
one?
love looking at these pictures. I do. I love looking at these pictures because it makes
We'll do
you,
another.
and once you start doing this, it makes you look at your own evidence just that
Huh?
much, that much harder.
You know what? I think we're going to the snow one.
Okay.
I'd like to
Yeah,
go
because
through this.
this one's got me.
I want somebody else to
Yeah,
give me
this
some
one's
answers
got
on
me.
this one. I really want somebody to give me some
All
answers
right,
on this.
everybody. What do you think this is? Because, we stared at this for a while and we were going back
Yeah.
and forth. This is another one of those pictures. Randy and I are like,
Yeah, we're at odds on this one.
well, it could be this. Well, it could be that. It could be this. I don't know.
Like Debbie says Dogman print, and people have said that before on this one as well. I've heard a couple
Yes.
people talk about it like that. My
Yes.
problem is when we're talking about Dogman and Canine and stuff, like we had said before, you should have 4, not 3. It should be 4 pads and nails.
That's if we're dealing with
A normal
what we
canine.
perceive. Yeah. That what we perceive would be
Yes.
normal. Now
Yes.
we've had reports before about 3-toe.
Yes.
Okay. We've had that. Now I'm not saying this is or this isn't.
No.
But I'm just saying that it could quite possibly be that.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Exactly.
saying
I see
just
everybody
another
saying
guy said dinosaur print.
that's the first thing I thought. Because remember what I told you? If you were in the swamp and you saw that right there, you're thinking gator print right off the bat.
Yes. I was saying pterodactyl.
Yeah, well, you just want to talk about the silent P. So
That's the silent P, yes.
yeah. Anyway,
Roger says lizard man or small dinosaur, maybe.
okay. Supposedly, now text sent us this one too. Supposedly, this one was taken in Germany. Is what I was, if I remember him right, what he had said.
All right.
Now,
Right.
I see the guys talk about lizard man and stuff like that. And like I talked about you earlier, Larry said it too. Think it's some kind of a snow boot, kind of what I was thinking, or the climbing boots. You know that
The
people wear,
tree climbers.
the tree
Yeah, the
climbing
tree
boots. You know
climber.
they have the
Hmm.
hooks on the front. But we're still looking at that print, and I'm going to zoom it up because what gets me on this one is this break right here. Okay. This I could understand, but I don't understand this bit right here now, unless when a person with that kind of boot steps, they're not going to leave that break right there. So that leads me to another whole concept of, is this a double step?
John, there was other pictures, but this was the clearest print, and it's the only print that we have.
Yeah.
There were others. But this is something else that I have to bring up. Because when snow melts, if there is an impression in the snow, it will melt. And what does it do when it melts? It expands.
Yeah.
So, I mean, could this have been a smaller print to begin with? And it has melted because if you notice the middle pad and then the right pad, they're kind of melted, and it's melted down towards that last part, what we could only assume would be a heel.
Yeah.
But then again, Randy, you brought up something else. You said, well, maybe that is a track of its hind leg coming up through there, which is creating that weird looking thing. But then again, we're talking about a creature with only 3 toes.
Yeah, and that's our biggest like werewolf. It doesn't look right. Werewolf 5674. It just something doesn't right about it, because you could see here there's distinct pads there, but there's only 3 unless there was one right here that we can't see.
Right. Brian, that's somebody's boot. That's a boot at the bottom of the picture next to the print. So you could just see size.
As a gauge or a what am I trying to say?
As measurement.
There you go. That sounds good enough.
Again, I don't know what size boot that is, so it's kind of irrelevant for me too. I've learned now when out in the field, I take a tape measure with me.
Yeah, tape measure, ruler. You got to have something with you. It's always now, that don't mean that this guy was out looking for this either, though. He came upon it and said, "Oh crap, I got to get a picture of this." I mean, wait a second, I've got my tape measure on me right now. I might be cutting wood, so I got to have it.
It's in my backpack all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason. Yeah, I got it now. Headlamp, flashlights, all of the stuff that I need is now in my backpack. That's what happens when you go out one too many times and figure out you are missing something. You just kind of keep adding to your bag. Well, this will come in handy. This will come in handy. And Brian Colsty says the edges are well defined, though. If it was snow melt, the edges would be deformed.
Yeah, and that's what happened to the rest of them from what we were told.
Right. But we were talking about that too, that the claws are the indention into the snow is not that deep.
Yeah.
To where the pads are much deeper than the claws, which doesn't sit right with us either. Because if it were, any type of animal that we're aware of, the pads, and when they walk, they would crunch down.
Yeah. And
that they would be in there one way or another. They would be all the way down like the pads that we're seeing up there.
Yeah. And we obviously know right away it's not a feline in any way, shape, or form, because even though there might be 4 pads there, you're not going to see claws on a feline print.
Right.
Unless they're using their claws to grab something and push off, you're not going to see them. That gives the idea of a a dog print or a canine print of some sort. But once again, we're
Right.
still talking that 3 versus 4 is what's really getting us.
It's well, it could be a big bird. It could
But I
be a
mean,
big bird. It's
yeah, I
possible,
mean, but the only issue I have with that because a bird wouldn't have pads.
but does it? I mean, we don't really know.
And we don't
I
know for
mean,
sure. I mean, it looks like pads to me.
it does look like
Tractor side
pads
of
to
me, it
me,
looks like pads. So,
right?
and like I said,
I mean, because you got
until
to think of
then,
an ostrich or emu.
yeah,
They do
but
now keep these animals in locations that are not very warm. That
no,
they do keep them, anywhere. So
yeah,
that's possible.
very well possible. But like you said, I mean, it is so hard to tell because, like I say, until I zoomed in just now looking at it again, we were talking about it. I always saw those 3 pads, but this is right where that 4th pad should be.
Yeah.
So,
No,
and
there
that
were
would be the push off point. So,
right. And there were, like I said, there were other pictures of this, but it was in deeper snow and it wasn't defined at all. It was just kind of like you could kind of see an outline, sort of.
yeah,
But it just, for me, that wasn't
like
that
the
wasn't
famous Yeti
evidence.
prints the famous Yeti prints that went across the snow, they weren't really defined at all. They were just blobs in the snow as you walk along. There was
Yeah.
nothing else.
So we couldn't tell really if this is what we were looking at.
Yeah. So, I mean, this one, I could try and debunk it. I mean, like I said, I do believe that this is a double print of some sort. Only
It
reason
looks,
being is because,
yeah,
like I said, this looks like a drag back here. This looks like a drag of a rear paw coming up and then setting because it's too narrow to be the heel. What you see right here, this is too narrow to be a heel.
yeah,
So it has to be a drag point, is what it is.
yeah. But it is well defined. That's for sure. Again, we
Okay,
weren't there. We didn't take
ostriches
the
are out.
picture.
Ostriches are out. Moon just took care of it for us. Ostriches are not it.
What did she say?
She said ostriches have 2 toes. She just looked. I didn't know that either.
What about emus? Do we know about emus?
I would assume they're the same basic family, right?
I don't know. I don't know. Moon, I'm having a hard time seeing you, hun. We are all over in the live chat on Truth or Tinfoil now. So if you could pop on over there, hun, I'll be able to see you better.
Oh, I'm just watching it from our vantage point here. That's why.
I've got very little vantage point to that side. I mean, I'm not giving up on anything. I mean,
No, not in the least. I mean, because it's too far out there for us to say one way or the other on anything, honestly.
and I really hate to say dogman. I really hate to say that.
Yeah, well,
Only because I mean, we've only got the one print that's super defined. That's all we have. I mean, everybody else hasn't seen what we've seen, and those pictures weren't as good as this one.
not even close from what you were
And
telling me.
Brian says it could be a possible double print.
Yeah,
and that's what it. Yes.
So, but once again, I still cannot, even with the double print of every animal I know, I cannot come up with the 3-toe versus 4-toe. I can't. And in snow like that, you're not going to have very many lizard men or gators or monitor lizards or anything like that.
Yeah, it's not ostrich feet. Yeah, we know it's not ostrich feet. So
I'm with Brian on that one though. The size of the claws are frightening. So if whatever that thing is got hold of you, it might hurt.
Right. And I just looked up emu. Just real quick. The emu feet, it has a longer the middle toe. It has the longer middle toe, and the 2 on the outsides are shorter.
Yeah.
They're way shorter. You would notice that
these bears.
Yeah.
I just need to look see if there's any bears because I think bears are all 4 and 5 pronged too, but maybe there's something in that area of Germany.
Maybe one was injured but
even if it's injured, if you look at that print, it's not out of symmetry enough to show an injury. You know what I mean? It's like it's
Yeah,
balanced the way
true.
it is.
True. True.
So now what do I think?
Um,
I'm gonna do some research. That'll be another short I'll have to put up, obviously.
oh, I see you, Moon, now. Um, I wasn't seeing Moon earlier. I was seeing Moon on the other chat, but now I'm seeing it on Truth or Tinfoil. Truth or
Cool.
Tinfoil shows on our channel, which is called Truth or Tinfoil, or it streams on Texas Front Porch, so you can watch it from both. But we are going to stop streaming to Texas Front Porch by the end of March, and we will only be showing on Truth or Tinfoil channel by itself. So we just want to get everybody in the habit of coming to our chat, because that's where Randy and I will be. If I didn't
Much
see
as
you, but I
possible.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't see you in the Truth or Tinfoil chat, but I do now. Bear's got 5 toes. You're right, just another guy.
Yeah, and that's what I thought too. But like I said, I don't know of anything. It would have to be an injured bear, is what I would have thought, or maybe there's something else in that area where this was taken. Like I said, I think it's Germany. But
Uh,
even then, you're still talking about bears. Almost all of them have 4 to 5 that you can see. They do have 5
yeah,
toes, but a lot of prints you can only see 4. So it's just
on this picture, I don't even know what it is.
no.
I don't even know what we're looking at.
Gary's right though. Bear could have lost part of the foot in the trap, but the problem is, if he had lost part of the foot in the trap, it wouldn't be as symmetrical. You would be able to tell it's an injured paw.
Yeah, you would be able to see some deformity, I would think. I
I would
would
have thought
think.
anyway.
Yeah, I would.
So
Okay,
we're
everybody.
at an impasse.
I'm up in
We're
the
just,
air because I don't even know what I'm looking at.
yeah. I just know
But
it's
it is
there.
very
It's
strange.
something, and
Yeah.
I'm going to research
To me,
more and see if I can figure
it
it out.
it looks like a double step. To me, it looks like
Yeah,
a
it does
double
me too.
step somehow.
We just don't know what double stepped.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be human, like because we were talking about the tree claws that
Yeah,
the
but like
lumberjacks use and stuff to get up on the top of the tree. They use those, and depending on what set they're using, I don't know.
you and me both, because that like I said, as big as that is, number one, if it was the bird, I don't ever want to meet it.
Right.
If it's a dog man, I still don't want to meet it. If it's a lizard of some sort, if there's a lizard or a crocodile or an alligator that can live in that ice and stuff like that, yeah, I saw Lake Placid too. But still, if there's one that can live in that
Right.
snow like that and move around, I don't want to meet it either, because that means it's generating its own heat and it ain't going to go into any kind of hibernation type stuff, or any kind of
Right.
slow down
And
in
you're
the system.
exactly right, Moon. There are 13 animals with 3 toes, so something unknown is not out of the question. You are
Exactly.
absolutely right. Because that's why I don't
So
know what I'm looking at. I don't know what
we
I'm
don't.
looking at.
We really don't. I mean, honestly, we just
Right.
straight out don't, because it doesn't fit to any kind of norm. Even like I said, even something that was injured, like we're saying, we would notice an injury.
Right. Right.
So
And who else was saying it? Da, 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 da. They did take more pictures of other tracks, like we had said, but the other tracks were just in deeper snow. It just looked like snow puff. It
yeah,
just looked like they took a step and the snow fell in it. So the other tracks weren't as clear and defined as this one. But we're just looking at this one, and I don't even know what I'm looking at.
no,
Um,
we're snowshoe rabbit. Yeah, that's a weird rabbit. I don't want to meet that rabbit either.
yeah. So, like I said, it's not any bird that we know of. Moon made sure
Nope.
that that those were looked at. So I know that there's no way it could be a large land bird that we know of.
Nope.
Uh,
That's all I can give you on that. I mean, we've only found one this week that we really went with as far as the tinfoil.
I know. But see,
These
I
were
don't know
all,
what this is. This one is just kind of crazy.
yeah.
I'm like,
So
hi, Indy. I don't.
I don't know what to say.
Gosh,
I
y'all,
really
this
don't.
one's tough.
So yeah, we've spent the last 5 minutes saying we don't know what to say. We posited everything we could think of.
I keep
that could
looking at it
possibly be.
though, and I keep looking at it, keep looking at it, keep looking at it, and it could be just about anything. I'm gonna go with something unknown.
Yeah, it leans that way because, like I said, there's no notice of injury, and I see distinct pads and distinct claws.
Right.
I don't know of any
And
canine or
is
feline
right,
like that.
right. And depending on the warmth coming off of what animal had made that, I mean, they could have melted that snow easily.
Yeah, and Roger's right. Gator track wouldn't be that long either.
No,
Roger,
no,
it would be one big round one like that with 3 out in front, but it also
yeah,
wouldn't have pads either. It wouldn't have the pads
no.
like you see right there. And it's like I said, I'm
Ah,
with you. Double step. Double step is my immediate thought. I don't know.
and this was in Germany,
Yeah, that's the way I understood it. This was in Germany.
so we don't know. You would think I'd know something. I live there.
I did too, and I've been in the woods in Germany. I don't know how many times, and I never came
I,
across a track like that.
I've never seen anything like that. Nothing.
So, and like I said, raptors in that area, you're talking about something that would have to be an owl at that point, and its talons wouldn't look like that. I wouldn't think, and it'd be
No,
once again, an owl that big
that's
is
awfully
great.
big. I mean, considering that, yeah, and that's okay. So we got to understand that this is a female. Her boot. That's a female's boot
Oh, it is
there.
a female
So
boot.
I mean, yeah, it's a female boot. So we're saying normal size is anywhere between 7 and 9.
Yeah,
That's normal for women.
it's still a big owl print if that's the case.
Yes, indeed. That's what we were talking about. Possibly 2 tracks overlaid.
Yep, a double step.
Moon says raptors have 3 toes. Raptors have 3 toes. So we're back onto dinosaurs, possibly
Well, no, raptor. She means like a
a bird of prey.
bird of prey. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what she means anyway. And we're running up on 58 minutes now as it is.
Oh, we got to get off of here. We got to get off of here
before you get
because
yelled at.
Tex and Danielle Deaver are coming on next to drop their newest episode of Infamous Minds. Make sure you hop back on over to Texas Front Porch and give them a view and give them a like. And we'll see everybody next week because we're stumped. We're just stumped.
Yeah, we're lost right now.
Thank you,
See you
Moon.
guys.
Bird of prey. Thank you. So everybody, we'll see you all next week, and we'll figure out what I can be confused about then.
Let me do my
Bye,
Carol Burnett.
everybody.
Ah.